Hi, my name is Carlise Vejar Zambrano. This is my pre-service learning reflection presentation. My presentation ID number is 59645. So to start off, I will briefly go over my first day and my observation hours, when I met my student, my host teacher, and when I learned what she needed help with. So I was placed in a TK classroom at Mineral King Elementary. When I first got there, I met my host teacher and her helping teacher that was there with her, and she introduced me and let me know which student I would be working with. So I ended up introducing myself to my student, and I learned that she was very shy at first, which is understandable when you're meeting a new person. But by the end of the hour when I was there, she got really comfortable and she wanted to talk, and she didn't want me to go at first. And I loved every minute of getting to know her because it helped me understand her and what she needed help with. And my host teacher had let me know that I could help her learn how to write her letters and teaching her what sounds they make. And I also learned that she knew how to spell her name, and she knew some of the letters of the alphabet, but she did struggle with writing them the correct way. I also noticed that she didn't want to do any of her work at all at first. Ended up started going when I ended up going more often. And so I kind of took matters into my own hands and I bought some supplies. Like I got dot markers, I brought regular, just colorful markers, and some crayons, and I brought some worksheets that I could have my student work on. And I just wanted to make things fun for her while she was learning. So these are some of her um, worksheets that we did together. So the first one, I had a lot of these ones where I it would give them like the steps on how to trace the letters the correct way. So like you can see there it says number 1, you go down, number 2, the first bump, and then 3, the second bump, and then so on and so forth for the lowercase. And she did a really good job at following those directions. And then she had some tracing to do on her own. And again, like I said, I had brought some regular markers for her to use to trace her letters. So she would switch up her colors and trace them. And I was like, hey, if she wants to do that and it helps her learn and also have fun, I'm going to let her. So allowed her to use my markers to trace. And then this last one, the letter T, she got to do the steps, do some tracing on her own, and also start coloring some objects and animals that started with that letter. So for these next 2 pages, these were done on the last 2 day of my observations, which I really did see some growth because she wanted to do her work, and she actually started tracing right away without needing me to say like, okay, come on, let's start tracing, and then we'll do this and then this. So for the letter M, she did a really good job with her tracing. And then we moved on to the dot markers, and then she got to color the letter and then actually color again an object that started with that letter. And then for this letter S, it was the very last day, or the second to last day of my observations, and I actually let her choose which letter she wanted to do. And she was actually choosing the letters in her name, and she started tracing right away. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, good job. You're doing such a good job. And she got really excited, and it was fun seeing her big smile on her face. And um, she knew already what to do next. She did her dots for the circling. Instead of circling, she did use the dot markers that I provided, and then she got to color her letter and an object that started with it. It was really awesome getting to see um, my students' growth throughout the 15 hours that I had to observe. I know I'm gonna miss it because I love working with the students, and it really boosts my it really boosts my confidence and my motivation because it just helps me and shows me that I can do it and I can help these students, even if it's just one right now starting in my first year of the ITEP program. But I can just imagine how I can impact and help other students as I keep going with this program and like later on with my student teaching. So I really like this opportunity and it was really fun. Yeah, thank you.